Greetings, dear friends. Welcome back to the heart of Azerbaijan. This land is truly nature's gift with rolling green hills, wild animals roaming free, and air so fresh it stirs your soul. Another day, another rustic and truly primal cooking session coming right to your screens. I woke up early today and caught the first sun rays dancing through the morning dew. It was one of those peaceful moments that make you pause. That's when I decided, why not head straight into the mountains and spend the day with my shepherd friends. And of course that means I might get to see Mickey, my old pal. He's grown up so much since I last saw him.
Hey Mickey, Mickey!
Just look at him. He hears my voice and comes running. There's something special about goats. Once you spend time with them, you realize how different they are from other domesticated animals. They're not just obedient, they're clever, curious, and full of playful energy. As Mickey leads the herd of sheep through the hills, I feel a wave of emotion. Seeing him like this makes me a little sentimental. Mickey has become a symbol of our village life, a living emblem of everything wilderness cooking stands for. There's a unique feeling to wilderness cooking, and if you'd like to carry a piece of that feeling with you, check out our online shop. From cozy hoodies to t-shirts featuring Mickey himself, it's all there. Just scan the QR code and bring a touch of the wild into your life. Once you wear our merch, I bet you will find yourself straight away among sheep on the sunlit hills. And for a moment you will feel the smell of roasted lamb and hear the laughing of children. Life in the village is always a gentle rhythm, a harmony between human and nature. It teaches your patience, it grounds you. With time, you begin to move in sync with the wild, the rustling of leaves, the distant call of birds, the quiet footsteps of sheep climbing the hillside. The sound of the river, steady, ever-flowing, soothes your heart. It becomes the background music to your days. Like a lullaby, nature hums just for you. And here, water comes fresh from the springs. No filters, no taps, just crystal clear purity straight from the earth itself. Every tree, every leaf holds its own story. You start noticing things you'd miss in the city. The way light flickers through the branches, the scent of damp moss, the coolness of bark beneath your hand. It's in these quiet details that the soul of the wilderness lives. And once you have felt it, you carry it with you wherever you go. In Azerbaijan, animal husbandry plays a significant role in the economic welfare of the country. Besides the large-scale farms established solely for animal breeding, nearly every rural household keeps at least one domesticated animal. Be it a cow, a sheep, or a few chickens, it's more than a livelihood, it's a way of life. This has been made possible thanks to Azerbaijan's rich agricultural heritage and its favorable geographic position with a climate that supports lush pastures, clear waters, and abundant feed. Our landscape lends itself to nurturing life, and that life in turn sustains ours. This way of life has deeply shaped our cultural identity. That's why we take such joy in making dairy products at home. Fresh yogurt, soft cheese, clotted cream. There's creativity here, passed down through generations. Rural inventiveness in Azerbaijan often goes far beyond what people imagine. So, if you love village life and find joy in discovering the quieter wonders of rural living, be sure to subscribe to the Wilderness Cooking channel. Let's take a stroll together across these mountain valleys and into the heart of tradition. Village life is grounded in the primal and the practical. It revolves around handwork, rhythm, and connection to the earth. That shared labor binds people, shapes identities, and forges deep ties within communities. I've spent my entire life in a place like this. My soul is in tune with its pace. I've come to realize that I can't go a single day without the birds' morning song or the whisper of wind through the trees. These sounds are stitched into who I am. And perhaps that's the secret. Here I am free. My thoughts and heart move together in harmony like a bird gliding on a gentle wind. There's no tension, no noise, just flight. But now it's time to cook. Philosophizing about nature has its charm, but nothing beats the comfort of a warm, wholesome dinner. Today's centerpiece, lamb, roasted outdoors, basted in its own fat, kissed by smoke, the kind of meal that speaks to your bones. I like cooking meat in lamb fat because it does more than add flavor. It transforms it. The fat seeps in, carrying the scent of far and the essence of the animal. It makes the meat rich, tender, and unforgettable. As I chop these tomatoes, I'm using one of my favorite knives. Razor sharp, well balanced, made for precision. If you're passionate about cooking, you'll appreciate our handcrafted blades. These knives aren't just tools, they're companions in the kitchen, forged for real work. Check out our shop, just scan the QR code to explore the collection. To go with our roasted lamb, I'll be preparing a rustic vegetable stew with a few special additions. Offal cuts like liver, heart, and kidney. These parts are full of flavor and nutrition, often overlooked but never wasted in a true village kitchen. As I continue cutting the lamb, I think it's important to mention nothing goes to waste. We honor the animal by using every part. Bones for broth, fat for flavor, ribs for roasting. That's not just good cooking, it's respect. Look at these ribs, beautifully marbled, each one a promise of tenderness and flavor. When you know your meat, you can see its story in the grain and gleam of every cut. I'm spearing the ribs with 2 wooden branches, shaping them into a crescent like a moon hung low over the fire. It's an old technique, allowing the heat to wrap around the meat evenly for that perfect roast. As I finish prepping the lamb, I can't help but admire its quality. The fat is clean and creamy, the flesh firm and fragrant. This is pasture-raised lamb, meat that has lived well and will now cook beautifully over flame. When I was a child, I used to watch my grandfather butcher lamb in the backyard, right next to the apricot tree. He'd lay out every part on a wooden board and explain what it was for. Some for soup, some for kebab, some to dry in the sun. I didn't understand everything then, but I remember the care in his hands, the way he treated the meat like something sacred. That stayed with me. Now and then, when I find myself sitting beside the shepherds, listening to their quiet chatter and the occasional burst of laughter, memories come flooding back. The shepherds back then were just boys like me, helping their fathers tend the herd, chasing lambs through tall grass, and laughing at jokes that never needed punchlines. My father would be nearby, either deep in conversation with theirs or crouched over a fire, stirring a pot of something fragrant. We didn't have watches, but we knew exactly when it was time to eat. The scent of dinner, meat, smoke, and spices would drift across the hills, and we'd come running, barefoot and flushed from play, to sit cross-legged on woven rugs waiting for the first ladle to hit the bowl. There was something magical about those moments, not just the food, but the stillness between laughter, the feeling that everything, hunger, weather, the slow-moving sky, was in perfect rhythm. Those memories, like smoke, linger long after the fire has gone out. The lamb is slowly getting roasted. Bit by bit, the meat darkens and glistens, promising a feast worth waiting for. The table is set, and my childhood friends sit nearby, waiting patiently for dinner just as they did years ago when we were boys, gathered in the fields, hungry from play and full of laughter. Some things, it seems, never change.
Ezemet kuklovozu aş mı çubuğunu aş. Ha, söyleyecek.
Honestly, when we gather like this, I don't feel like a grown man anymore. I feel like that same boy from years ago sitting at the dinner table beside my father and his friends.
Amen Hanım, go over there. Super. Bak. Peki. Ama. Anlaşık geliyor. Ne khiyar ne? Bir biber ya khiyar. Ne muçuk yapayız o. Ya. It's full kere hızlı.
Thank you for spending this day with me, for sharing not just a meal, but pieces of my childhood and the deep bond I hold with this land. Wherever you are, I hope you'll explore your own traditions, cook with heart, and let food be the thread that brings your family together.
Maşallah. Peki başın ne oldu? Böyle ne oldu? Burada. Ne problem var? Evet, problem. Allah aşkına.